When I think back to 2005 and we were sort of looking at the first watches that we produced, the Malverns, I think we did want a sort of quintessentially English look. I remember that we wanted everything all round and smooth. And
by and large, we always set off with functionality, simplicity of design, and an understated aesthetic, which seems quite an English way of looking at things. Service is something that throughout our careers has been incredibly important to us. And when we started Christopher Ward, from the very first day we said, you know, there's going to be nobody who will deliver a better service to our customers than Christopher Ward will. And if that means going to the ends of the earth to deliver that service, we will do that. I can honestly say there's a team of people here whose behaviour towards the customer is the finest I've ever come across in over 30 years working in retail. When people talk about our brand, yes, they often talk about our watches, but almost always they refer to the outstanding service, and that's because of the people in this business. I mean, we have an incredible relationship with the Christopher Ward Forum, to the point where we have withdrawn watches, we have changed watches, we have designed watches based on their feedback.
Yeah, I think what marks it is that I certainly get hurt if I hear of bad customer service or we've let somebody down with a...
It's one of the reasons we put one of our names on the dial, because we didn't want to hide behind a Swiss-sounding name.
The personalisation of the dial, if you like, and the watch brand is something that's run through the entire business. So we do feel we have personal relationships with many of our customers. We know all of our customers. We're not separated by a retailer. What's developed is an incredible sort of relationship where people who are involved with the Christopher Ward brand know that not only can they speak to the people who run the company, who create the watches, they can also influence those people. A group of Cambridge University students who approached us to sponsor their, what seemed at the time, I have to say, a completely wild, mad escapade to climb very high mountains in Tajikistan. And we really liked that sort of spirit of adventure, that sort of, you know, refusal to accept that something can't be done because you don't have a silver spoon in your mouth or lots of resources. And because we see ourselves as a challenger brand to the Swiss watch industry in many ways, it felt appropriate that we should support them. And now that mountain is officially known as Mount Christopher Ward. To have a mountain named after you seemed like a really cool thing to us. So we developed these CW Challengers as a way of finding really exciting young talent that has true world-class potential, but doesn't have the sort of backing of many of the better known people in their individual arenas. We decided to sponsor Sam Breary, a truly international class British yachtsman who is a medal candidate at Rio, and we now have our very first world champion.
The thing that really gets me out of bed in the morning is the intrinsic values we try to put in all the time, whether it's the value of the product or the customer service or treating people as human beings rather than numbers. So when people talk about being people's luxury watch brand, we live it because we listen.
You know, as young as we are in 10 years, it's nice to look at a map on Vera's wall and see that we've got something like 103 pins, including the North Pole up there. But real penetration, I think, in some of the markets is probably one of the goals, certainly for me anyway.
I see no reason why we can't be the Rolex of the next century. As long as we continue to make smart decisions, as long as we continue to work with the people that also believe as passionately as we do about putting truly premium quality watches within the reach of everyone, there is no reason why this brand can't become the Rolex of the internet. Why can't it be? We've got some smart people doing incredibly smart things. The next 10 years can be ours.